So still in chapter 2, section Brain Reserve in Action. This is page 37. So a friend, so it says irritated, she forwards the email to a friend with a sarcastic comment about the original sender. But instead of hitting forward, Martha has actually hit reply. She realizes her mistake immediately and spends the rest of the morning trying to undo the damage.
That's right.
Feeling distracted and disappointed in herself, Martina attempts to prepare for a presentation she must give, but finds herself lacking the creative juice the task requires. Hoping to complete it anyway, she skips lunch and spends the hour writing and rewriting the same 4 paragraphs.
Right.
The rest of the day doesn't go much better. At 3 p.m. she fields a Terry call from her daughter. She fields a Terry, T-E-A-R-Y, call from her daughter, who rushed out of the house without the cleats she needed for after-school soccer. Feeling guilty, Martina dashes home, then to school to deliver the shoes, and then back to work. Hours later, Martina is rushing again, this time to make it home in time to feed the family. On the way, she picks up pizza and a 6-pack of sugary soft drinks. Ahead of her is another 2 hours of work, which she completes on her laptop while lying in bed. Then she's in for another night of interrupted sleep. The next day will unfold much like this one, with Martina feeling perpetually behind the ball, mentally fuzzy and uninspired. Now, let's imagine Martina under a different set of circumstances, leading a life that has boosted her brain. Martina sleeps soundly and awakens on time, feeling refreshed. In fact, she has time and energy to cook a healthy breakfast for herself and her children. Before she leaves for work, Martina remembers to pack her daughter's cleats and then walks her children to the bus stop. On the way, she enjoys their childish chatter, and snags a hug and kiss from each. In the car, Martina remembers the road construction has made her usual shortcut anything but short, so she opts for another route instead. She arrives at work on time and ready to tackle the day's challenges. Opening an email from the annoying colleague, she keeps her frustration in check and responds with a professional reply. In her interactions with colleagues, she's upbeat and savvy. She remembers to ask a coworker about his father's recent surgery and to call a client by the nickname he prefers. Her positive energy won't go unnoticed by her boss, nor will her creativity and problem-solving abilities, which will help propel her up the corporate ladder. At lunch, she heads out of the office for a 30-minute power walk and returns feeling energized. In the middle afternoon, she takes a break for 10 minutes of breathing exercises, followed by a cup of herbal tea. She finds herself feeling revived at 4 p.m. and sends a flirty text to her husband. Glancing at her planner, Martina notes that she has to leave the office at 5:30 so she can get home in time to cook a brain-healthy meal and then arrive on time for a monthly book club meeting. She powers through a stack of paperwork. At 5:32, she slips the key into her car ignition. At home, Martina's husband and kids share the details of their day over a meal of salmon, spinach, and brown rice. Then Martina's off to her book club meeting. She'll be home in time to cap off the evening with her husband and will be fast asleep by 10 o'clock. Of course, even the fittest of brains can fumble on occasion. So the Martina of the second scenario isn't in for a life that's completely error-proof, but she's clearly running on a full 8 cylinders, performing her cognitive peak and results most people would envy. How does she do it? Martina's enhanced cognitive performance is no accident. Achieving it took a concerted effort, boosting BDNF, increasing oxygen flow, and promoting healthy brain activity in ways that fueled the core of brain growth. How can you do it? You're about to find out. Yes. Epigenetics. Nature alters nature. You probably know someone who is remarkably good at remembering trivia, or who can juggle numbers with ease and without a calculator, or who can grasp the meaning of complex notions well before his or her peers. Some people are better at understanding and learning how to play a musical instrument. Some are better at athletic pursuits. Some are better at expressing themselves through language. Some are quick thinkers. Others are not. In part, their skills are based on the genes you inherited from your parents. That's nature, and it's important. Nature, which accounts for the color of your eyes, or your blood type, or whether you're male or female, also accounts for some of the basic cognitive abilities you're born with. But perhaps even more important is nature in your environment, which affects how your genes express themselves, a phenomenon called epigenetics. Epigenetics.
What is that?
It's a phenomenon called epigenetics. That's where your genes express themselves based on your environment.
Yes.
To understand how epigenetics works, imagine the brain of a violin prodigy. If we could examine it, we'd likely see that part of the brain that handles music is more developed than it would be in the brain of her non-musical peer.
Yes.
She has likely born with affinity for understanding music. That's nature. But as she developed her musical skill with regular and intensive practice, the parts of the brain responsible for playing the violin also developed and grew more. Then, if she never had practiced, our violinist can put nurture to work growing other parts of her brain. 2. For example, practicing memorization skills will make her better able to recall the names of composers, of her friends' phone numbers, or even her credit card number, even though she was not born with any particular genes related to exceptional memory. She can still become a memory champion.
Yeah.
So the violinist can put nurture to work, growing other parts of her brain too.
That's right.
Next, we will be going into Chapter 3, Creating Your 12-Week Plan. Are you ready
Yes.
for your 12-week plan?
Uh-huh.
That's Chapter 3 on page 39. We'll start there the next time.